Hi, everyone. I'm Jordan Mai, and I'm a team leader from Peachtree Corners, Georgia. And I just wanted to come to you really quickly and talk a little bit about the benefits that I have found to doing my online events through Facebook groups versus Facebook events. And I actually came across Facebook groups because I had a friend who has a very successful direct sales business that she runs 100% online. And when she approached me at the end of March and asked if we could swap online events, I was a little hesitant. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I could learn so much from her because I was not um, excited to kind of pull away from my in-home tastings and jump into the online world. So I was hesitant, like so many of you, but I did learn a lot from her, and I hope to pass some of that on to you. So whether you use Facebook events or Facebook groups, I hope that you at least just try to host a few online buying events because they really can open up your customer database and your network to people from all over the United States. It has really been so fun to meet and connect with people and introduce Traveling Vineyard to people in other states that I normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. So I guess that's one of my biggest perks to doing virtual, but I choose groups because I can schedule my posts. I can tag people in the events, and for me, it just works better. So let's just dive in. Let me share my screen really quickly with you, and I'll just get started. One of the first things that I learned was that, let me close this, was that I had a personal Facebook page and I have a business Facebook page. And for whatever reason, my groups were somewhat limited when I tried to begin them from my business page. Now, I didn't go into researching why that was. I just quickly flipped over to my personal page and created my next group. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So just click on groups, create a group, and there's only two pieces of information that you need to do on this page. You need to name your group, and I usually keep it very descriptive. I use my host's name or mystery host if I'm hosting it myself. And then I use virtual, Traveling Vineyard, sip and shop, or online, Traveling Vineyard, wine buying event. So every single group is named very similarly because it's descriptive in that way. Make sure that you select private to stay in alignment with our policies and procedures guide. And then when you create your group, it's going to allow you to add a marketing ad at the top. And so we have a plethora of Facebook ads that you can use for virtual. If you're setting up your event in the back office, and you choose a particular invitation, a Facebook ad is automatically created for you, which you can just copy and paste in here. So I just kept it simple. Then you would add your host name here. KB is who I would add. And you do have to be linked on Facebook with your host in order to add them. Once your host accepts your invitation, you can find her under your member link or over here. That's where you can link to. And then I always make my host a moderator. So it would look a little bit like, oops, just hit moderator, make moderator, and then she will show up, he or she will show up here. The reason I do that is because there's two ways that you can add and invite friends to this group. The first way is the host enters their names, the names of their friends right here. And then an invitation is given out to them, and then they have the option to join the group or not join the group. The other way is to take this, let's come back out here, is to take this link and your host can post that on social media or text it or email it or whatever. And those people can join the group directly through the link. If they join through the link, because it's a private event, you will need to approve any members. And so both you and your host, because you made them a moderator, will be able to do that. And that will totally take down a little of the responsibility from you and share it with your host. And they usually are very, very happy to do that. So that's how I set it up. My very first post is all inclusive. It talks a little bit about what's going to be happening during the event. It's going to talk about when the event is running through. And then I do give the link here, the shopping link, and my personal contact information. Once I create that post, I mark it as an announcement, and that will remain at the top of my group for anybody that joins, no matter when they come in. And then they can always click here on announcements, and those are the most important things. I usually have 2 announcements at the beginning of my group. The other one is where I show the inventory and the May We Suggest and the shopping link. So any place that I talk about what's going to be happening in the event, the shopping link, I will create as an announcement so that it stays at the top of the page. The other thing that I love, love, love about groups is that you can tag people. So this is my final announcement that I sent to everyone in the group. Now you can see here, I had 61 members join this group. Some of those are friends and team members that I have added just so that they could, after the fact, so they could see how my group was run. But for the most part, these were all of KB's friends. And so when you make a post, as you're writing it out, you will see, let me show you. We go back in, let's say I'm creating a thank you post. Oh, I actually don't want to add a photo, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to write my post. I'm going to say thank you. And right here is where you can tag friends. Well, normally, if you were in an event, you would only be able to tag people that you are connected with on Facebook. That's not the case in a group. And the easiest way for me is I just go through the alphabet. So I hit A, and all of the A's show up of all of the people that are in my event. So I just keep hitting A, and then I will go B, 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 and then C, 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 and then until I have no more names pop up in my post. I only tag everyone in the post if it is like an ordering page or something that is going to be beneficial to them. Please do not tag every single person in your group on every single post. It'll be time consuming, and it'll be really annoying to the person in your group. But do tag people that you think might be interested. So if you do a poll at the beginning and you ask people what kind of wine that they like, and you get to the point that you are talking about sweet wines, and then you can tag the people who said that they've really enjoyed sweet wines. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. Okay. Let's go back to the discussion. So tagging is great. Scheduling is great. I forgot to show you how to schedule. So if you have a post, you just click on this little clock right here, and you can schedule it for any day, time that you would wish. Just be very mindful of, I usually am mindful of where my host lives, because I tend to think that most of their friends are going to be within the same or a similar time zone. So for instance, I'm running an event now. I'm on Eastern time. 2:19 Eastern time is 11:19 on Pacific time, which is where she is. So I wouldn't be posting at 9 a.m. For them. And so just be mindful of that as you go along. There are no dates on a group, so a group is infinite, but I would caution you to be very mindful that this is for a particular event. If you say the event is ending on Saturday, make sure that you end your event on Saturday. And then the only post that I would say would be allowable after that, to your discretion, would be, hey, it looks like everybody received their wine. Cheers. Drop your post here of what you're enjoying, that kind of thing. You can also follow up every once in a while, if you keep your group active, on any wines that are selling out or any introductions. Most people choose to archive their group after the event, and so that will be totally up to you. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was this group right here. I make categories for my posts because I think it's really great. Like this particular event got crazy and we had tons of interaction, and you can scroll for days and still not find what you're looking for. So when I was posting, I made sure that I created categories. And my categories that I typically choose are reds. So for any red wine posts that I make, I will create a category. Whites, any offers. And so offers would be anything like our free shipping offer or our sip kit offer. Sweet wines, rewines, accessories, and then those order pages that have all the information. Oh, look at here. I actually posted on my group. That wasn't very nice of me, was it? Okay, so if you are in your thank you post, here is where you would create your post topic. And so if I wanted to create a thank you group, you just type it out and it says, do you want to create thank you? And you just say yes. And then all of a sudden you have a thank you group. And then you can continue to add after that. So those are the main benefits that I have really loved using this groups. And I will be happy to answer any questions that any of you have. I'm going to stop my share so you can see my face. So I just wanted to share this with you, and I hope that you give it a try and you have some success. So cheers to you and good luck.